Hello, hello. Cass is back with another channeled message of the day for you. I am an intuitive, a tarot reader, a spirit guide, spiritual mentor, and I actually was going through a couple times trying to record a message, and I decided to stop because it was feeling a little weird, just like a little disconnected with using cards. And so Spirit is actually letting me know to just straight channel and to straight channel a message for you to see what comes through for you today. I'm also just picking up on a lot of emotion, just a lot of emotion that's been swirling around and wanting to come up and through. So this message might allow this to come up and through. It might actually feel like your heart is expanding more. Yeah, just take a nice deep breath. Be in this present moment with nowhere else to be, nothing else to do. And you can just listen to my voice. Feel free to close your eyes as you listen. Okay, so there's a lot of emotion coming through because there is a big clearing out that you are experiencing in your life. There are people, places, things that are being exiled or being let go of or just being cleansed out. And it seems like it's something that is naturally happening as you are transitioning into the next phase of life. Whew, this is really bringing up emotion. It's because when you move into this next phase of your life, it is necessary in order to release and to let go, to create space for the new. And so although there are certain people, even moving physically, family members maybe that you're having stronger boundaries with or moving away from, friends that maybe the friendship has shifted, you don't talk to as much, or maybe you're kind of releasing them, it's like a natural break apart, or it could be like an actual breakup in this friendship. And then of course there's intimate relationships that are ending, that have ended. There could have been some time as well between that breakup and now. And there could have been multiple breakups or multiple situations that happened in order for you to really be like, wait a minute, I keep settling, or I keep pulling myself back into the old reality that I'm being called to move away from. And your highest self has been very strong, a very, very strong presence coming through. And that's why it's really, really hard to like look back and go backwards. But at the same time, you're still human and you're feeling the emotions of this new life that you're stepping into, which comes with releasing the old. And also what's coming through is the law of cycles, the law of rhythm, which is like, it's nature. This is natural for this to happen, to occur, is, you know, an ending. And so it's coming through, like I'm feeling the Wheel of Fortune card, tarot card in my mind. And it just feels like there's a lot of fortune that is on this new path. And although you know this, when you tap in with your highest self, it's still challenging to merge with that highest self in order to truly commit to like moving forward, continuously moving forward. There's a lot that you've cultivated in your past because you are someone that has impacted a lot of lives. You are someone that also has made certain connections and helped a lot of people, and back center here. That's exactly it, is coming back into your center when you are feeling like the emotions maybe are taking over and causing you to feel like, did I do the right thing? Or have I made the right choice? Am I going in the right direction? Should I leave these people? Should I let this person go? Should I have? Because of emotions. And so when we're allowing emotions to run our lives, that is when it feels like we're not as much in control. And this sometimes can get confused with your intuition, because although your emotions can help us connect to our intuition, our emotions are not our intuition. And so there's some people that are feeling extra emotional. It's really reminding me of when someone, this is a weird example, but when someone is like changing their diet, like making that big change, and they're so used to eating McDonald's all the time. And so when they change that diet, suddenly their body's like, but I want McDonald's, I want McDonald's, I want McDonald's. And they're like, well, my body's telling me I want McDonald's. It must be good for me. You know, it must be something that, you know, I might as well like eat that because it's going to make me feel better. And so this is kind of that metaphor of moving forward, feeling like it seems wrong or off, but it's really your body, your nervous system, your mind, your energy adjusting to a completely new reality. And anytime emotions come up, let them, but don't allow them to be the complete director. Every time an emotion comes up, it's not like we just follow that emotion, right? Because right now, I was just feeling like this overwhelming emotion coming through, and I'm like, okay, come back center, come back center. That's what Spirit's saying, is come back center. So whenever we have an emotion, and of course I'm reading this message here for you today, I'm not sitting here feeling like I need to, well, actually, there have been emotions for me coming up as well, but don't we all? We're human. And it's a matter of how we deal with them. And so what I've been doing is allowing them to move through me. I dance, and this is just advice too that's coming through, is like really allowing these emotions to move through you. Energy in motion, emotions, let it move. Because we don't want it to stagnate us. When we stagnate our emotions, or we push them down, we repress them, then eventually we're going to get into this pattern of not being able to like feel it. It's almost like that numb feeling. But then on the other side of it, if we just are emotional all the time, it reminds me of balancing the masculine and feminine, just like living up here and feeling like, you know, like constantly in flow. I'm that water energy of like, I'm feeling this, so I'm going here. I'm feeling this, so I'm going here. We have to allow ourselves to root ourselves into our masculine energies as well. Okay. So what else is coming through with this next chapter here? There's so much abundance, and it's what you've earned. Some of you are thinking, I didn't do enough. I need to do more. I need to learn more. I need to figure something else out. But it's really like actually the pause that we're being called to right now. Emotionally, with this transition, with our mental energy, it's pausing. And when you pause, when you're in the present moment, it's perfect. You don't need to be anything other than you are. You don't need to know anything more than you already do. You are a wise soul. And sometimes that can feel difficult in this 3D world where it feels limiting, where there's this big expansive energy that wants to move through you, but then there's money, then there's relationships, there's attachments, there's certain things that we're not necessarily in control of. We can't control other adults. And so it's that healthy detachment that we're being called to, along with centering ourselves in a time of giving us time and space to integrate, to feel, to understand what our truest emotions are, rather than just the surface level feelings that are coming up, because that's also how we get to our desires, is by allowing ourselves to actually feel into our emotions, rather than just, I feel anxious, this is wrong, or even I feel excited, this is right. You know, it doesn't matter what extreme we're talking about. When you can center yourself into that neutral place, this is where your heart actually can speak to you, and you can really be that portal for your angels to come through, for your highest self to come through, source energy to come through, and be guided by the light, be guided by this, rather than old patterns that are weaved with darkness of egoic coping mechanisms and certain things that feel comfortable that aren't necessarily good for us overall, especially if we're really looking to be on an aligned path, the most aligned path. You are on your aligned path. No matter what you're doing, you can't do anything wrong. But if you're on my channel, you definitely want to accelerate and to expand and to allow yourself to live the best life that you possibly can here on earth as a human. And ultimately that is experiencing the polarity of life, the sadness and the happiness, the loneliness and the togetherness, and everything in between, right? There's a lot that you have been through in order to have this consciousness expand. And again, sometimes it's like a curse rather than a blessing. It feels like it's not though, right? The truth is, it is truly a blessing. But again, with the law of polarity, sometimes this blessing can feel like a curse, because when you know certain things, you can't unknow them. When you realize certain things, you cannot unrealize them. And this has to do with relationships, with certain people, with certain knowledge, spirituality, with who's meant to be in your life, who's not. And everything can change. Everything does change. And people can change too. But as we are moving forward, we cannot focus on what someone could be or should be, what we could be or should be. It's what we are now. And whatever's aligned with this energy for you now is what you are meant to continue to cultivate in your life. Whether it be relationships, career, passions, traveling, or whatever it is. There's so much opportunity that's coming your way, and you're going to be faced with some sort of decision is what's coming through. And ultimately, it's leaving the old version of yourself behind, which did have more of that lack and limitation, that old earth energy, that comfortability. It's very comfortable to be there. You know these people, you know how they act, you know this place. It's comfortable. And so getting out of that comfort zone into that new earth energy, where you will be challenged to use courage. And this actually will expand your consciousness even more, allowing for more space in your nervous system, allowing you to accept more abundance financially, friendship-wise, soul family, soulmate connections, romantic love, whatever it is. There's just so much that's moving through your vessel now. And so if it feels overwhelming, know that this is a completely new reality that you're moving into. So of course it's going to feel intense at times. Allow your body to rest. Allow yourself to lean on the people you can trust the most. And most importantly, continue to trust yourself through this process, because you are the universe in human form. It's one thing to trust the universe out there, outside of us, right? But we are the universe. And so ultimately, when you're trusting yourself, you are trusting the universe, you are trusting God, your piece of source energy, and any desire that you have on your heart, any of that really strong pull, or even it's like a soft yet strong pull from your highest self to go in a new direction. Listen to it and don't just write it off. And you know this. There's a big change coming, a lot of changes. It feels like it's not just one thing. It just feels like there's a big ripple effect of change that's really coming through your reality, and you're about to be, it's like I'm just picturing someone opening their eyes and being like, how did I get here? But you've been through so much to get to that point. And so in this transition stage, have grace with yourself, be gentle, and I love you. If you want to dive into your personal life, any situations that you're experiencing, then I will leave some links below with different ways to work with me if you want a personal reading. And I will catch you guys tomorrow. I'm sending you so much love.